Hey everyone, welcome back to the Let's Play of Inquisition, or Dragon Age Inquisition. This is the third, I believe, episode that I'm going to be doing. And let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, and we're back here. You know, that was one thing I always hated about this game, was the actual horrible load times. And I mean, you guys aren't going to sit there and watch it, but I do. I have to actually sit there and watch it. But regardless, as for the notes and all the reading, I'm not going to read them out loud. I'm just going to kind of leave them up on the screen for you guys for about a second. If you want to pause it, you can read them. I've already read them in my last playthrough. So, I mean, if you guys, I'll try to pick up as many as I can. I don't know exactly where all of them are, but I'll try my best to kind of... Oh man, I kind of want to read some of them now, because I kind of forgot. Oh, maybe I'll read some of them, but I'm not going to read all of them. It's just going to take up a lot of time. Yep, we're not going to go there just yet. They're honoring me for sealing the breach. I think. It looks like they are. Yeah, I'm gonna walk through here like a beast. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the herald
yeah.
of Andraste. They said when he came out of the Fade, Andraste herself was watching over him.
Andraste.
Hush. We shouldn't disturb him.
Okay, that was cool. Oh, here we go, another note. Okay, I'll skim down so you guys can have a look and pause if you want to read it all. This was an interesting one, if I remember correctly. But oh my god, they have a lot to read in this game. A lot of lore. And yeah, it's very good reads too. I mean, I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it.
That's him. He stopped the breach from getting any bigger.
Oh, that's right. I can't really... I don't think I can come through here. Oh, I can. Ah, good. Loot.
I believe Lady
Okay.
Cassandra wanted to speak.
Yeah. Alright, I'm not supposed to talk to these guys just yet. I have to go to the keep here, or the church chantry.
Chancellor Roderick says that their chantry wants nothing to do with us. That isn't Chancellor Roderick's decision, sister. Most of us died at the conclave. Who will lead us now?
Have you gone completely mad? He should be taken to Val Royo immediately. To be
Oh.
tried by whomever becomes divine.
Somebody's yelling.
I do not believe he is guilty.
True.
The prisoner failed.
That one, I think.
Seeker. The breach is still in the
See
sky.
what they're saying.
For all you know, he intended it this way.
I do not believe that.
That is not for you to decide. Your duty is to serve the Chantry.
My duty is to
Ew,
serve
my
the
guy's
principles
ugly.
on which the Chantry was founded.
Wait a
Chancellor.
second. That
And
is bad. Oh, okay, well. It's not that bad anymore. His eyes looked like they were bulging out there for a second. Okay. Oh, this is a pretty cool mechanic. Basically, every monster you kill, you turn in their
Looking for you.
skins or their pelts here, and you basically get a bonus for the research you've done on them. So you get to know their weaknesses and whatnot. So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, feel free to pause if you want. Yeah, another book. Get that in. 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 Oh, not done yet. Alright, there we go. Now we can move along here. That armor is just too
Chain
much,
him.
I'm telling you.
I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect,
You, and many others.
but not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
Okay. Blessed be the Maker. Okay. Well, as I said before, I'm going to be very Templar oriented, so here we go.
Though all before me is shadow, it shall the Maker be my guide.
We lost everything then. Out of nowhere, you came.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act.
Necronomicon.
As of this moment, I declare the
would be
Inquisition
awesome.
reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
What is the Inquisition of old, exactly?
It preceded the Chantry. People who banded together to restore order in a world gone mad.
After, they laid down their banner and formed the Templar Order, but the Templars have lost their way. We need those who can do what must be done, united under a single banner once more.
But aren't you still part of the Chantry?
Is that what you see?
The Chantry will take time to find a new Divine. And then it will wait for her direction.
But we cannot wait. So many Grand Clerics died at the Conclave. No, we are on our own. Perhaps forever.
You're trying to start a holy war.
We are already at war. You are already involved. Its mark is upon you. As to whether the war is holy, that depends on what we discover.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay. But you cannot pretend this has not changed you.
If you're truly trying to restore order,
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Damn, my last playthrough, Cassandra hated me. Because I was evil. Quote unquote evil. Sort of. Or I chose the evil options all the time. It's hard to get people to like you when you go in evil. Which is sad. I thought they were gonna talk there. I guess not. Ah, the classic Raven as the spy. I think, or messenger. I'm not sure. We'll see. The Inquisition has started. They definitely start you off very into the game. I preferred Origins, where you kind of start in a lifestyle, and then it slowly, you know, you slowly start to become the Great Warden. I really like that, but in this game, there's no real backstory to your character, which I didn't really like, but still, I still like the game a lot. Yay, Dragon Age Inquisition. Long ass intro. I'm 3rd episode in. Alright. Now I'll probably skip ahead here. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of shit. Oh, this is pretty cool. I can show you this real quick. I'll talk to her real quick.
No, my lord, I don't know where the other nobles are. I'll suggest you ask Ambassador Montillier. Oh, you're him. Thrin. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
What do you do here?
I make sure the Inquisition troops have food in their bellies and iron in their hands. Both are important. Lots of people expecting us to be heroes, marching all day to fight the demons. Turns out heroes need to dig latrines just like everyone else.
How does someone end up as quartermaster for the Inquisition?
I served for Eldon under Tenlogain MacTier. Best commanding officer this world has ever seen. After they all turned on him at Denerim, though, there wasn't much use for people who held them.
Turned on him.
Queen Honora offered
Ridiculous.
my services to the Inquisition. It was a kindness. She knew I supported her father and got me away from the political garbage.
With that attitude, I can't imagine how you made enemies in Denerim.
People just don't want to hear the truth. I was at Ostagar, and I know what really happened. King Cailan overextended his position, and the Grey Wardens were too late lighting the signal. Following the original plan would have gotten everyone killed. Tenlogain made the right decision. I apologize. Sister Liliana told me I shouldn't talk about this. Just forget it.
Basically, I don't want to waste anybody's time, but basically what she does is throughout the world you get requisitions. Actually, I think I have to get one from her.
Thanks for checking.
And
anyway.
you can build them to get power. Or influence, I should say.
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with what we have, but we're not a real army. We're stretched thin on materials, so I've put up a requisition list for anything that could help our people. Here,
there we go.
take a look.
That's
You
what I
find
needed to
some
do.
iron and a good logging site. Maybe Harriet can get our troops better weapons.
Alright.
Farewell.
And now if we go into the requisition There you go. I see. I need a logging stand, and I need 5 iron. And I know exactly where the logging stand is. Oh, we got Varric here. We'll talk to him.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
Alright. Save that. I don't think he talks about any much else here.
Need something?
I could talk about Hawk.
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
In the book you say that first
Oh,
enchanter
what?
Orsino turned
Disapproves.
himself into a giant monster made of corpses? How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how.
I don't even want to ask him
Why,
things
all I can
anymore.
say is he was desperate.
If I said that, I guess he'd probably get mad at me.
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now.
Wish my name was Fenris.
Actually in charge, or
The
just
fucking
has a
awesome
really
name.
big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Hawk's brother Carver is still in the Free Marches, helping the Kirkwall Guard keep order. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job. Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven. There was this idol there made of it. Bartrand brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar. No one's seen this stuff before or knows where it came from.
What makes it special?
Regular lyrium can mess you up pretty badly, but you have to ingest it for that to happen. Red lyrium messes with your mind when you're just near the stuff. You hear singing, get violent, paranoid, and then it does creepy shit. Makes things float, brings statues to life. It also turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium. Everyone's been kept at least 100 paces from it since.
How did the red lyrium get in the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I don't know. So as far as I knew, the only piece to make it to the surface was destroyed. And the location of the tide it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the deep roads? That's not a cheery thought.
I think that's enough on...
Yeah, not really my favorite subject.
And then I think I just need to ask personal questions.
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
You from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free Marches, born and raised in Kirkwall. And despite whatever you've heard, no, Kirkwall's not that bad.
Well, no wonder he knew my accent. He lived there.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods. Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
If you've run a spy network, why is Liliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. There's a hidden shop in Kirkwall called the Black Emporium. I found her in a barrel labeled swag. The owner sold her to me for a ham sandwich and a pair of yellow ruffled pants.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is?
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Okay. Now, I know that's a lot to take in, and I know it takes a while, but if you guys don't care for that, let me know in the comments. But for this, for the few episodes that I'm going to be creating, I will be doing that, or at least going around asking them questions and talking to them. So if you guys really don't like that, you just kind of just want to see the main story, let me know. I don't mind just going along with the main story. But if you like the little mini side quests and you know, a little story behind all the characters, you know, let me know that too.
Are you sure?
We all did.
True enough.
The tavern, there's a lot of atmosphere, definitely with the bard songs. There's like 21 or 17, I can't remember, like songs that you can actually listen to, which is kind of cool.
Can I get you anything?
What can you tell me about this area?
Adarna Stephen's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harris is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segrit. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Alright,
Goodbye.
let's get the hell out of here. I hear things. Whatever.
The chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
I didn't ask for this, but someone has to find a way to seal this breach.
Spoken nobly indeed. You think I'm mocking you? This age has made people cynical. I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars, both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean, ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in death. Both attract spirits. They press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places, I go deep into the Fade. I can find memories no other living being has ever seen.
This is gonna take a little while, so after I talk with Solus here, I'll end the video and I'll get another one up pretty soon.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set wards. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay then. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate surrounded by Chantry forces in the middle of a mage rebellion. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope either the mages or the Templars have the power to seal the breach.
See if I can talk to him again.
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
What do you know about the Fade?
A great deal, from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
I'd like to know more about the breach.
Simply put, it is a tear in the veil between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths. But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
Did I just choose that? I think I did.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them, if not in peace, at least without such active confrontation?
Not in the world we know today. The veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't.
I'd like to know more about the veil.
Circle mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade. But according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
Oh, I'm getting him
Sounds
to
like it
love
would be
me.
wonderful.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality. Where spirits are as common as trees or grass. Instead, spirits are strange and fearful. And the Fade is a terrifying world touched only by mages and dreamers. I am glad that I'm not alone in seeing the beauty of such a world,
along
All
with
right,
the
finally,
obvious
we're done with him.
We'll
Phew.
talk later.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are few around who can help.
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
I couldn't help but look at that picture. That guy's creeping.
Farewell.
Perhaps another time.
Here I'm just equipping potions and whatnot. Nothing special. You can, or well, here you can upgrade, and you'll find new potions later on. Some that actually work as grenades, and some that work as how do you say, have dotting effects and whatnot. And I'm back here at the Chantry. Got something happening. That's probably a dumb idea. I didn't want to go talk to them yet, but that's okay.
Does it trouble you?
If it wasn't enough to close the breach, what use is it?
You did everything we asked of you.
And it still didn't work.
What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Couldn't that kind of power just make things worse?
And people call me a pessimist. You've met Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
It was only for a moment on the field. I'm pleased you survived.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
I've heard much. It's a pleasure to meet you at last.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
Pleased to meet you all.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Might destroy us all. Templars could suppress the breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you the Herald of Andraste, and that frightens the Chantry. The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars for help is currently out of the question.
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we tried to stop that view from spreading.
Which we have not.
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it? How do you feel about that?
Is it a dick to have an ego? Probably. But I want him to feel like he is the Herald. So, I guess I can go unnerving. Yeah.
It's a little unsettling.
I'm sure the Chantry would agree.
People are desperate for a sign of hope. For some, you're that sign.
And to others, a symbol of everything that's gone wrong.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They have only words at their disposal.
And yet, they may bury us with them.
There is something you can do. A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far, and knows those involved far better than I. Her assistance could be invaluable.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
We need agents to extend our reach beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Alright. Okay, now we got the map here. I'm not going to do this now, I'll do this in a different episode. But, yeah, I'm just going to back out real quick.
We'll post
Can I not back out? Oh, okay, well.
Our best guess that's safe, anyway.
Oh, come on. I can't back out. Oh, you bastard. Didn't want to do this right now. Alright, well. I'm going to put my resources into it. But basically, this is the Inquisition map. And you'll be sending agents or forces to different areas along Ferelden, up in the Free Marches here, and then over in Orlais, and a bit of the Tevinter Imperium, I think. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. That is Scout Harding. She's a dwarf. She's pretty awesome, actually. Not right now. No, back up. Okay, wait. Let me put people on missions real quick. So each person does something different, and they come back with different, how do you say, different outcomes. That's a good word, outcomes. And yeah, so I mean, there's always a lot of replay value as far as the Inquisition map goes, because you can do, there's a lot more reading and a lot more story involved. But for this, I'll just do Josephine.
Let us begin.
You guys can read it on the right, and then Leliana has something to say.
Let's see what we have.
Actually, I'm going to read this one real quick because I haven't read this one. The Inquisition isn't a name to throw around lightly. We should probably depose these people. Okay, Colin, we'll do that. Okay, and we'll back out here. Always want to put people on missions. Always, 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 because it will go on when your game is off. So right before bed or something like that, definitely you're gonna want to set up a mission or two for Cullen or Leliana or Josephine. Alright, well, I'm gonna stop here. I know there wasn't much going on this round, a lot of talking, but most of the game is going around talking with people and collecting loot. So I apologize for that, but next episode we'll get into some more combat, more story and stuff like that. So stay tuned.